The Australian government-funded campaign Stop It at the Start aimed to prevent the continuing cycle of domestic violence by urging adults to have conversation about respect with young people. By telling the target audience to unmute themselves, the campaign also encouraged adults to evaluate how their own behavior and attitudes might influence others. The target audience of the campaign were parents, family members, teachers, coaches, and any other adult figure who could potentially influence young people aged 10 to 17. The campaign began in late 2018, and both print and screen advertisements were distributed nationwide. The campaign material features incidents in which adults belittle children and justify inappropriate behavior.
It's okay. He's just being a boy.
The Stop It at the Start campaign was considered very successful, as it garnered attention and was relatable for many viewers. It got people talking about the issue with their family and friends, and it highlighted the ways in which violent behaviors can manifest in young people. Before this campaign, there had been other domestic violence awareness campaigns that were often overlooked, as they were often repetitive or didn't give a clear call to action. After watching this campaign, 72% of viewers understood the importance of teaching children how to act respectfully. Over half of the viewers were led to a different perspective on violence against women. However, one of the advertisements drew criticism for its portrayal of abuse. In the commercial, a woman tells her friend to stand up for herself when her partner harasses her over text. Some of the viewers felt like this perpetuated the assumption that domestic violence only impacts people who don't fight back or make poor relationship choices. It has been suggested that this campaign should confront abusers and illustrates how they control and manipulate their victims. The Stop It at the Start campaign did raise some ethical concerns with its audience. The materials featured children dealing with an extremely confronting subject, and there were instances where children were demonized purposefully. While this did draw attention to the core message, it could have caused some backlash. Children and teenagers are vulnerable and susceptible to the media influence. Critics of the campaign believe that the campaign should have encouraged communication with adults rather than confront children directly. Domestic violence campaigns are controversial by nature, and ethical issues arise when people don't want their families to be exposed to this potentially triggering topic. Although the campaign encourages discussion with families about stopping domestic violence through controlling words and actions, unintentional exposure to the advertisements may create tension and make the viewer uncomfortable. Another ethical issue that was raised was the lack of racial and socioeconomic diversity in the advertisements. Critics felt as if the campaign was attacking the white male population and stereotyping them as abusers. The campaign didn't focus on non-male abusers or the fact that abuse can happen in any culture, therefore narrowing the target audience and alienating other social groups. Discussing domestic violence in a public forum can be difficult to navigate, but Stop It at the Start is a relatively successful PR campaign that encourages positive action. If we make small changes, we can make a change for the better.